The Tony Awards are in a few weeks, and it got me thinking, what are some of the biggest upsets and snubs of this century? 6 particularly come to mind, and one definitively takes the cake for being the biggest upset of the millennia. Aida wins 4 Tony Awards, yet isn't nominated for Best Musical in 2000. The 2000 Tony Awards brought one of the biggest disconnects between the nominating committee and the voting body. Disney's Aida was snubbed for a Best Musical nomination, yet went on to win 4 Tonys, leading actress to Heather Headley, score to composer Elton John and lyricist Tim Rice, and lighting and scenic design. Clearly, those voting on the winners took more of a liking to Aida than those choosing the nominations. That year, Contact won Best Musical, a dance show that no one remembers. Aida is still heavily produced today and contains a very well-known and appreciated score amongst avid thespians. The Pajama Game over Sweeney Todd for Best Revival of a Musical in 2006.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd.
Sweeney Todd was the first of the John Doyle-helmed Sondheim revivals, where the cast also doubled as the orchestra. Patti LuPone and Michael Cerveris were giving 2 defining performances of their careers. Doyle won Best Director of a Musical that year, but voters seemed to jump at the touring prospects of The Pajama Game, which was a very lively, well-mounted revival of Kathleen Marshall's. David Hyde Pierce, Curtains, over Raul Esparza, Company, for Best Leading Actor in a Musical in 2007. John Doyle was back again in 2007 with another twist on a Sondheim classic. This time, he tackled the troubled story of the unattainable, apathetic Bobby from Company, played by Broadway regular Raul Esparza.
Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused.
David Hyde Pierce's likability and name recognition as the detective in Curtains were enough for him to steal it in the final hour.
You're a special kind of people known as show people. You live in a world of your own.
The Tony seems to be elusive to Esparza, who was close but no cigar a few other times with Taboo in 2004, The Homecoming in 2008, and Speed the Plow in 2009. American Idiot loses Best Musical to Memphis in 2010. 2010 gave us an interesting season on Broadway for sure. The theater scene was still trying to find its footing after the economic collapse of 2008. The 4 Best Musical nominees that year were Memphis, American Idiot, Fela, and $1 Million Quartet.
And if you listen to the beat and hear what's in your soul, you'll never let anyone steal your rock and roll.
Memphis was more the traditional Broadway musical next to the rock concert that is the Green Day concept album American Idiot, which seemed like the favorite prior to the nominations announcement. Idiot was snubbed left and right for nods, only getting 3 for musical, director, and scenic design. American Idiot still has touring companies running all over the world today. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for Memphis. Marissa Jarrett Winokur, Hairspray, over Bernadette Peters, Gypsy, for Best Leading Actress in a Musical in 2003. Gypsy is considered to be one of the greatest musicals of all time, and Mama Rose has been played by such legends as Ethel Merman, Bette Midler, Rosalind Russell, Tyne Daly, Patti LuPone, and Bernadette Peters. Unfortunately, Bernadette came down with a rough case of bronchitis during the voting period of her revival, and she had to miss about half of her performances in that time. This helped give Marissa Jarrett Winokur the win in a show that was the big hit of that year, and now a household name and movie, Hairspray.
The Tony winner is Marissa Jarrett Winokur for Hairspray.
Jarrett Winokur wins her first Tony Award, playing the role of Tracy Turnblad in the musical Hairspray.
Despite losing, Bernadette gave an impressive Tony Awards performance of Rose's Turn that is considered to be one of the best in the telecast's history.
Here she is, boys! Here she is, world! Here's Rose! Hey, boys! You either got it, or you ain't. And boys, I got it!
Avenue Q over Wicked for Best Musical in 2004. Wicked burst onto the Broadway scene and became a box office phenomenon despite its mixed critical reception.
Is ever gonna bring me down.
Avenue Q, on the other hand, is an R-rated Sesame Street puppet comedy that belonged more off-Broadway.
Here on Avenue Q, we live on Avenue Q. Our friends do too, till our dreams come true. We live on Avenue Q.
It seemed like Wicked definitely couldn't be beat. They even incorrectly flashed Best Musical Wicked on the stage's screen when Avenue Q won. Of course, Wicked didn't need that win, as it is now one of the most successful musicals of all time.